Nicole, and I'm here to work on some pages for Calvinball. Today is Saturday, March 26th, so Calvinball is almost done. And I have to say, I didn't even go and upload my pages to the website or anything like that. I might try to do some tonight. I have done, this is page 17. But I've also done 20 pages for a class that I just released yesterday. And so I've done 37 pages in the month of March. So I feel good. I feel like I've, accomplished a lot. A lot of things were kind of happened during my 2 weeks off. It wasn't anything bad, but sometimes life just kind of gets in the way. So I'll talk about that as we're going through this layout. So this one is going to be real time because the last time was a voiceover. So this is the 17th one that I put together. And one thing I noticed is I actually have one more put together than I thought because I had page 16. So this is actually page 17. And it had a lot of bows and stuff. So it reminded me of my daughter. And she did cheerleading for quite a few years, but she also coached for quite a few years. So this one I want to focus on. All the pages that I've ever done is about her being on a team and being a flyer. But she was a coach for 3 years, while she was also on a team. And so it was a lot of commitment for her. And I want to, document that. And here I kind of took a close up, but I don't want to do two side by side like that. So I might just cut this down and just kind of focus on her because that's what I want to talk about. And then I have all the embellishments here that I had pulled for this page. Now I want to apologize in advance. I don't know if my voice is going to give out. I worked yesterday and I was the one doing the breaks, and when you do that you go from desk to desk to desk, and there was a bunch of sick people, and today I feel like I'm getting sick, so I was like, no. So, and even though we have like Lysol wipes and I cleaned every desk before I sat down, but still it's just in the air, right? But anyway, so hopefully I don't start a coughing fit and stuff like that. So I'm going to put all the embellishments on the side, and I didn't do my journaling yet because I have to work tonight, and I just wanted to get a page done and hopefully upload it tonight. I had a little note there to use the bow stamps, so I went and got that. And these are all Maggie Holmes pattern paper, and I just went and grabbed a whole bunch of embellishments, a cardstock. So wow, that's a lot of embellishments. Yay. I'll have a lot to play with. Now this is going to feel really different because the class that I just released yesterday, and I always have a link in the description directly to my classes, and this was class number 4, October, December, yeah, number 4, and it was all about 2-page spreads. And I know in the world of YouTube, there's a lot of 1-page spread going around. So that's why I wanted to do a 2-page spread class. So if you want to check that out, it's on sale till April 11th for $20. Plus, if you sign up before April 11th, you get a bonus video that's going to be sent out on April 12th to everyone that has bought the class in the early bird stage. And anyway, let's get to this layout. So I think I want to use this for the background, and then I'm going to use these as matting for the photo. So I'm going to get my trimmer, and this trimmer here is from Creative Memories, and this is an old one. And but they sell newer ones now, and they're white, but I've had this for over 10 years and it still cuts like butter, like just like it was going through butter. It's just amazing. I absolutely love it. And I love, because they had stopped selling them for a while, and I love that now you can get them So now I'm going to keep this because I can use it on another layout. But I just wanted something where I could kind of focus on her. I'm going to leave a space, which I don't normally do for when I put pictures together. But this time I'm going to do it because I want you to know that it's two different pictures. And I'm not quite sure what I'm going to mount this on yet. Probably not the black, because then you won't be able to tell because there's a lot of black. There was like a black curtain in behind them, so you won't be able to tell that there is. So I might mount it on this because it's nice and light. Because then the other pattern papers are a little darker. Okay, so let's start with this. Okay, so what has been going on in the last 2 weeks? Because on March 13th, which was the very beginning of my days off, I mean, I had done like, I don't know how many pages in the couple days. It was amazing. I had so many pages done, and then boom, everything kind of stopped. And I worked on my class, so I did 20 pages there, but there was so much other stuff going on that I just didn't have time to spend a lot of time on scrapbooking. First of all, hockey season was coming to an end, so there was quite a few games which they lost the banner in the finals, which was really sad. But they played so well. They had nothing to be ashamed of. It was a really close game. Till the very end, they pulled a goalie and then they did 2 scores. But it was a 1-0 game till 7 minutes into the game. And then they scored again, so it was 2-0. And then we scored, so it was 2-1. And then, so they pulled a goalie to try to tie the game so that we could win it in overtime. And it didn't work out, but they tried really hard. So that was happening, and the games were really far away. They're like an hour away, so an hour drive there and an hour drive back. So that was a lot of traveling, and there was no way, you know, I was going to miss that. So, is that black? I don't remember using black last time, but oh, it looks black. It's dry anyway. So yeah, so there was that. And then if you've been following me for a while, you know that we've been talking about building forever. So at the beginning of March, we were going to get our plans redone, because 5 years ago or 4 years ago, when we were going to build a house that basically everyone could move in with us. My middle daughter, my oldest daughter, and her son, and my mother-in-law, and now my mother-in-law has to be in a home. This daughter lives in Fredericton, and my oldest daughter is settled in an apartment, and you know, she's doing good. And so it's like, well, we don't need this big of a house, so we're going to, you know, get a smaller house built. So I said to my husband, well, let's go to the bank first. I don't want to spend another $1,000. And then they say, well, you have to sell the house that you're in first, you know, because, you know, carrying 2 mortgages can be, you know, kind of worry the bank. So we went, and so that, you know, takes time. And so we went to the bank, and then they said that we could build, yay. But then that started a whole thing, and so then we had to meet with the guy for the plans, get our plans done. And then I work a lot of weekends, so where I was off for 2 weeks, I said, you know, we need to get all new furniture, so let's just go start looking at furniture. We ended up finding everything that we need at one store, so that was really good. It was a good weekend to go. They had all kinds of sales and everything. So it was, so that took like a whole weekend that we spent doing that. And then we had to meet the guy for the plants quite a few times. So that's what's been happening. Like it wasn't anything, you know, bad. It was good, but it's all stuff that takes time. But I'm glad that part is done, because now I'm looking for a pencil. Now we have so many other decisions we have to make, you know, including, you know, what kind of siding we want, cupboards, you know, there's so many other decisions that you have to make, that if you don't have to worry about your fridge, your stove, and all that stuff, plus to get your cupboards done right, you have to know what size your fridge is going to be. So I'll be, I'm sure, updating you guys as the process go, because it's going to be exciting. Hopefully nothing goes wrong and it goes as smooth as possible. And this year's a perfect year because we didn't get a lot of snow. We did get a storm in the last week, and there was quite a bit of centimeters of snow, but there was nothing on the ground. So I'm thinking, yesterday it rained all day, so it got rid of a lot of stuff, and then next week it's supposed to go to +10 or whatever. So I think the construction companies believe that, you know, they're going to be able to start kind of early this year, which will be nice. So that's why we're starting the process kind of early. Hopefully we can start like in May or something like that. So that's going to be fun. It's been a long time waiting. Okay. So that was a 6x6. I just left it in the size that it is, and then this picture I just cut it down. Now I might cut some of this down maybe. I like the bow paper because, you know, they got the bows going on. So let's take, I don't know, maybe let's start with 4 inches, because then I can cut it down, maybe 4.5. 4.5, because then I can cut it down. You can't add to it, you can take away. So yeah, so yesterday was my first day back, and I worked a day shift, and then tonight and the next 3 nights I'm working night shifts. So, and then I'm off for 6 days, and then it's their last tournament, and then hockey's done for good. I don't think my son's gonna play next year. He doesn't want to play, so we'll just have to be sad about it. Be sad about it. Hopefully he changes his mind by summer. I hope so, because we do enjoy it. It's gonna be, it would be his last year, so it'll be kind of fun. Now I don't know if I wanna, let's cut this in 2. And put one at the top and one at the bottom. And that cutter there is a Caterpillar Crop. And it's kind of the baby sister of the Caterpillar Pro. But it's great, you know, to take on the go. Because the other one is quite big. So I'm going to a couple of crops this spring. One in a couple of weekends. Oh, I can't wait. And so next week, I think what I'm going to do, because I'm off Tuesday on, which we're leaving Thursday, so I only have like 2 days, but that's okay. I'm going to get, I have like, this is 16, so I have like 60 ready. So I'm just going to choose the pictures so that I have them done for my crop. And then I can be chatting and scrapbooking. Although I think doing these real-time videos, it's kind of helping to not just be concentrating on one thing. Because normally when I go to crops, it's like, okay, well, if I talk too much, then I can't do all these pages because I'm just focusing on chatting. But I think when you're face to face with someone, it's a little harder because, I mean, you want to look at them, right? So that is a little different. Okay, I'm going to glue this down, and then, because I like that. I like the way that looks. So I'm going to glue this down, ink the edges, and then go for it. Yeah, so next week I'm going to try and get, you know, maybe 30 of those packages with photos in it. And even if I don't do the journaling, I can maybe do the journaling even when I go to Halifax for the weekend. I can maybe take snapshots of the kit with the photos, and then I can, you know, just bring a notebook and then put, kind of label them, layout 1 to 30, and then put layout 1 and do the journaling for that on that, in that notepad. Usually I do it on recipe cards, but where we're going to be in a hotel, I don't want recipe cards all over the place. So I'll just get a small notebook and put everything in there. And then I can just rip the page out and then stick it with my page kit. Because I'm sure we're going to get some downtime, even though we're going to be at a hockey tournament at nighttime, you know, like after being in rinks all day, you kind of go to your hotel room, and after you eat and stuff, you kind of veg out. And I'm going to bring my Kindle too. I might bring a book, you know, a book that I'm currently reading or whatever. But then I'm going to bring my Kindle, because I've been buying books on my Kindle. That is now one of my new passions. Oh, I am loving the books that I've been buying in the month of March, which I only read at nighttime when I go to bed, instead of I haven't been watching a lot of YouTube videos because I've been reading. And when I do watch YouTube videos, I watch BookTube, which I've had a few people ask me what BookTube is. Basically, it's still on YouTube, but they just call it BookTube because the community talks about books and book reviews and, you know, books they like and don't like, or their top 10 fantasy books and, you know, all that kind of stuff. So I've been watching that, and then I've been kind of making a list of books that I want to purchase. And if you follow me on my channel, you'll see that I've done a few book hauls. I think I have one left to put up, which maybe I'll try to do that today. Which I have another video of putting pages together. I just haven't put it up, which is, I think that would be prepping number 13. And so next week, if I do some of putting pages together, not pages, but pictures with pages, I'll do that too. But that's one thing, whenever I do a class, no matter what the topic is, I always do videos of picking out my kits and picking out the pictures and the embellishments and all that, because I find that's a big part of getting the pages done. And just different things, like different things that I use to pick the pattern papers and the embellishments and the kit itself. And I find it really helps with getting these pages together. Okay, I don't want to move this. I like the way it is, and it fits perfectly. Okay, how about And I don't like using quick dry adhesive on stuff like that, because then you can't move it. It's down for good. So I have these little ones here. I don't even know what kind it is. I got it at the dollar store. This isn't working. Oh, I know what I could do. I knew what I can do. Let's do this. Let's find out where I want it. And then let's make little tick marks that I can just erase after. And then it doesn't matter. I can just follow the tick marks. There. Put them down. So today is so beautiful and sunny. Oh, yesterday was so awful. Like I said, there was no snow, but it was raining and then it was cold. So it ended up being like freezing rain, and the roads were so bad. I worked during the day yesterday, and when I got out of work at 6 o'clock last night, 6:30, there was like this much ice on the windshield and all around the truck. And excuse me. And then even driving home, like it was wet at that point because it had warmed up a little bit, but oh, some places were so bad. And then my husband went to the junior hockey league that we have here. It's called the Wildcats. And he went to see the game, and it ended up in double overtime. So he never got home till, I don't know, 12:30 or something. And he said the roads were so bad because, of course, at that point, it was cold again. So it was super icy. Oh, but today's a beautiful sunny day. So hopefully, fingers crossed, that it melts. Now, I know I wanted to use the bow stamps, but I don't know where I could use it. I find this, whenever it's a cardstock and it's kind of textured, you can't stamp very well. So if I'm going to stamp, I'm going to need to stamp on something else. So we'll just put that aside for now. I know I like this. I like this a lot. And I know it's the same color, but it's okay. It still stands out. There we go. So I'm going to put it so that, like here, I find like you can see that background paper, but if you just put it up a little bit, then, oof, I was going to say it stands out a lot, so much so that I could tell that it was super crooked. So we're going to straighten that out a bit. There we go. Oh, I didn't glue this down. Let's glue this down. There. There we go. So in the last couple of weeks, just to talk about books, I haven't been watching anything on Netflix. That's not true. That is not true. That's a big fat lie. I have been watching something on Netflix, but it wasn't that many episodes, so I think I watched it like in 2 days. I watched the second season of The 100, which it's been on there forever, and I haven't been watching any Netflix, so I was like, oh, I feel like watching something, I don't know what, and I was like, oh, The 100. I haven't watched the second season yet, so I watched that, which I absolutely love. I'm all caught up now, and but every time I kind of took, a break or waiting, there was a lot of waiting this last 2 weeks whenever we went to appointments or something like that, or before hockey games, you have to be there an hour ahead, so there was a lot of waiting. I would read. And I've read so many good books in the last couple of weeks. I've already put them away because now that we know that we're building, I started packing again. So I'm like, I don't want to pack the books I haven't read because I'm not really sure what books I want to read yet. So, but the books that I've read, those I can pack away. So I started packing those away. But I remember one was called Cruel Beauty by Rosamond. I can't remember her last name. And I read, well, I had read Cinder. Now I read Scarlet. Oh my gosh, those books they're the Lunar Chronicles. So good. And now I have Crest left. And I want to read it, but I don't have Winter. And I don't know if I want to, I don't want, like, the only book right now it's available, but it's available in hardcover. And I have paperbacks for everything. So I'm like, oh, I don't know if I want to read it now, because apparently once you read that one, then you want to read the other one right away. And I don't know if I want to buy it in, I might break down and just buy it in hardback anyway. I don't know. But, so I read that, and then I wanted to read something else because I didn't want to read, I wanted to read Crest, but I didn't want to. So I started reading the Selection series by Kier Cass. Well, I flew through that. I read the Selection, the Elite, and the One in like a couple of days. Like, it was no time at all. So that was fun. And I didn't have to spend that much time. Two of the books I read on my Kindle, and oh my goodness, I can read so much faster on my Kindle. Oh, I'm a fast reader anyway, but on my Kindle, it was like zoom, zoom, zoom. I think it's because the writing's a little bigger, so that's when I started buying more books on my Kindle, because I'm like, hey, I can read so much faster on my Kindle, so yeah. So I have the Kindle app from Amazon, because I bought my Kindle on Amazon, and so I go every day and I look at the daily deals. Yeah, so some of the books are like $1.99 and 99 cents and $2.99. So I've been getting a few books, and one of them was Rebel Belle, which I was really excited about because I wanted to buy that book. And you know, I won't be able to buy all of them in regular books because, you know, I'm gonna run out of room after a while. So it's nice to have the Kindle, and especially, I didn't know if I was gonna like reading from the Kindle, but I knew I was gonna need it because there's no way I can keep, already, like, I don't have room for the books that I have, and I don't have that many, but plus thinking of having to pack those too, which I know it'll pack really quickly, but just carrying them over to the new house is not going to be too much fun. But so in the next few months, I'm going to be totally packing. I've been packing for a while, but I kind of slowed down there, so I'm going to have to pick it up again and start packing a lot. So I'm going to cut that tag in two. So I'm so happy that spring is here. I mean, just a few days ago, right? It was the official, it was officially spring, so totally happy about that. I don't know what I'm going to do next year, because the only thing that made winter kind of bearable was hockey. We're not going to have it. It's okay. I'm thinking because we're going to be in our new house, it's going to be new, everything's going to be new, it's going to be a lot of fun, so I think it'll be okay. I want to use the heart, but I don't know, it's kind of transparent, and I like those words, but I think I like these words better. Yeah, I don't know if I'm going to stamp some bows out. We will see. Yeah, these pages are coming together really quickly, which is nice. Because like today, I don't have a ton of time. Like I have to get ready for work here in the very, very short time. But last night when I got home from work, I was just like, I wanted to do a page and I was like, ugh, I am so brain dead. I can't. So I read for a bit. And then I watched BookTube for a lot. And I saw a bunch of other books that I want to get. I got to write them down. And then, you know, keep watching. Because I don't need to get them right now. Because I have quite a few to read. My TBR is, and TBR means to be read, is getting very long. And I'm so excited because I used to be a huge reader, but I think it was mostly, which I didn't even know at the time because I was just kind of reading it, but it was, you know, like contemporary and kind of, I guess you would call it romance. And oh my goodness, BookTube has opened a whole new kind of world for me, and I am loving it. And it's not that I looked at it before and I was like, no, it's not for me. I just didn't really research. I guess before the internet, right? You didn't have the resources to kind of research it a lot. But now with YouTube and everything, and everybody's posting their favorite this and that, and kind of giving you a little blurb about what the book is. It's just so interesting. And I knew as soon as I saw, I was like, oh yeah, I'm going to love that. Because I love those kinds of shows. Like, I love anything young adult. Like, I was a huge fan of like One Tree Hill and Felicity way back in the day. And, you know, all these shows that are young adults. And still now, you know, I watch stuff like Chicago Fire and Chicago PD and all those other things, but I love the Vampire Diaries and the originals and all those kinds of, you know, I guess fantasy kind of stories. So I guess I like different things. And that's what I like. I like medical shows. Love those. And I like anything EMS. I wonder why, right? Anything EMS I love. And which is emergency medical services. So anything hospital, fire department, police department, I absolutely love. And oops. But I love other stuff too, so I love a variety of stuff. And the same thing applies to the book world, I guess. Excuse me. So I discovered Book Outlet, and it's a discount store for books, and there's .ca and .com. And I think even the one for the States, it still comes from Canada, but they have really good shipping to the States too. And, oh my goodness, you can get books for ridiculous amounts. Like, I'm talking like, well, I have a book there that I want to get today. I'll probably order them today. But it's like $1.96 for a hardcover book. Now, come on. That's good price. Or $3.89 or even $5. That's really good price. And I mean, the shipping is okay. Like for, I think it's $4 something for the first book, and then $1 per each book that you add. So for like 10 books, it'll be like $12, which is not too bad, you know, like, oh, you know, let's face it, we have to pay for shipping. But it's really, really good price. So if you haven't checked that out yet and you love reading, I would suggest going to check that out. It's really good price. And sometimes even on chapters, I got The Queen of the Tearling, which is like a $40 book. I got it for $6.99. $6.99. I was like, what? Yeah, I gotta get that. That's an amazing price. Oh, I love that because it kind of matches the background there. Where could I put it? Now I think I'm going to do the journaling probably like down here or something. Now I have all these. I don't think it kind of goes with this. But I know I'm going to use these. I need some other stuff there. Okay, so this heart is too big. This one right here. Come on. And that one is too small. Okay. Oh, I'm so sorry. Okay. So I don't think I can use all of those. But I really like that. If I wanted to, I can build something behind there and put the tag here, and it kind of brings that in there. Kind of like it. So I'll keep thinking about that. Okay, so I think that's what I'll do, because I want to say quite a few things about the fact that she was coaching. The girls were devastated when she couldn't coach this year, because I mean she moved to a different city, so she couldn't coach them anymore. But the kid was doing way too much stuff. She had like, at one point she had like 4 jobs. It's like, okay, pick a, you know, if you must, pick a couple, and that's it. She was like, but I'm bored if I'm at home doing nothing. Well, get a hobby. There. With her new job, she has way more of a, if you want to say, a normal life, because she's not just working all the time, which is good. Which was nice last, oh, and that's another thing. In the last couple of weeks, she came and visited for a weekend, so I spent time with her. And then Mason was at my mom's for a week and a half. So when he came home, he wanted to come and visit because, you know, he missed us and we missed him. So he stayed for a couple of days. So I spent time with Mason. And so, yeah. A lot of things. It was fun. We didn't go anywhere while I was on. It's not even a vacation. It was just time off, right? I like to have some time off every once in a while. I love my job, but it can be hard on the head. There. Okay. this is looking pretty good. And when I started this page, I had no idea what I was going to do. I just kind of grabbed and started moving stuff around. So I don't know if I want to put a little title. I don't even know what I want to put. Something about coaching. Let me see. I don't think I'm going to stamp those bows. Okay. Not the blue, but it was mixed in with that. So let's see if I could write anything with these. They are my favorite alphas. As you can tell, I have 4 packages, and yeah. All but one, they're almost all used up. So okay, let me see if I can find some wax paper. I found this little piece. That'll do. Coach. I don't even know what I want to say. Coach. I don't know if I just want to put the coach or yeah, when the year finished, she had girls that were crying. They didn't want her to go. And she was totally dedicated. Like, she never missed anything. And even there was another level that the other coach never, a lot of times didn't show up. So she would stay and coach the other level because she felt bad that the coach didn't show up. So yeah, she was pretty dedicated. So I'm going to say awesome coach. Wow, I've picked over those letters a lot. I keep going back to the first one because I might as well try to finish it off as much as I can, right? And then maybe I can combine a couple of them together. E's are always the first ones to go, right? Now I'm totally out of E's. So one of my goals was not to buy anything until I go away for my weekend in April, and I haven't bought anything. No scrapbooking stuff whatsoever. I'm so impressed with myself. I haven't gone and looked Like I'm not even looking. I'm just like, nope, I can't do it. I have to be good. But it felt good to use up a lot of the stuff that I already have in my stash. Now, I don't know if I want it there, if I want it here. I don't know if it can fit down here. Oh, maybe I can move the butterfly a little bit. Let me see. Let's just move this over a little bit. It's a little crooked, so I'm trying to make it a little straighter. Okay, so yeah, I think I like it there. It kind of contains it a little bit more. And I don't know if I want to do the thing here or if I'm just going to journal here. I think I'm just going to I think I'm just going to journal on here, but I'm not going to do it right now because right now I have to go get ready for work. So I want to download this on my computer and get it all ready and hopefully put it up to YouTube tonight. So thanks for watching. Bye.